Alright then. Ooh. We good? I think we are. I believe. Yeah, we are. Lovely. Hello! Good evening, everyone. How has your weekend been? How's your Monday been? How's your Tuesday been? Welcome to a new week. And with a new week comes more Ace Attorney. Because when does it not? Oh, dearie me. I've been sitting on this cliffhanger for a week. I need to know what happens. Yes, hello everyone, good evening. I have regular guest access reviews with me once again.
New week, new case. And in many ways, a new me.
I mean, this is it. Like, it's a new start. We love to see it. I think I need the Ace Attorney. LOL, good to see you. Oh dear. It's like, indeed, we start a new chapter this week. I have been, as I said, I've been sitting on that cliffhanger for a week. And I'm like, what? Oh, I say cliffhanger, teaser for the new case, thinking, what the fuck is about to happen? What are we in for? Oh dear. I can't believe we get to play as Mia again as well. I genuinely thought I was our one case wonder. We get to do it again.
This man loves Mia.
Mia is fantastic. Mia is fantastic. Like, genuinely, I said it for 2 games thinking, I can't believe she's dead. And we only get her now and then. And it's like, we're actually getting 2 whole cases. Oh, dear.
Okay, who would you rather have as your co-counsel, Mia, Maya, or Pearls?
I mean, Mia's probably gives me the biggest chance at victory, right? She's the experienced lawyer.
Yeah, but would you have as much fun as Maya gives you?
Probably not.
Probably not. Side and see cute little Pearl standing there and thinking, wow, you know, maybe court isn't so bad.
Maya's best choice. I mean, Maya's kind of funny. They're all great. What can I say? Literally, like, they're all great. Oh dear. Oh god. Well then, but yeah, no. Last week was good though. We wrapped up case 3, which I really enjoyed. You get Mia as a bonus with her.
Is this fabled Shemaidon I've heard about?
They are all solid. But no, last week was solid. Like I say, very happy with case 3. Overall, really enjoyed my time with it. And we've done our Friday night monkey ball, which was a fucking fever dream, to be honest.
As if it wasn't enough that you've had this cliffhanger on your mind for the past week, you've also destroyed your ears with live music.
Yeah, true.
And destroyed your brain with monkey ball. What's going to be next to be destroyed?
Who knows? I mean, what could happen next? Oh, dear. This very courtroom, maybe? Oh, dear.
I mean...
Wait, what?
You know.
Guys, let's get started.
I'm joking.
Oh, dear. As always, let us know if the volume's alright, or if it's not alright. All that good stuff. You know the drill. You know the drill at this point. Otherwise, yeah, we're getting straight into case. Oh, I'm gonna find out now, but it's like I have so many questions about how episode 4 is gonna go. But I think without further ado, let's get started. I'm so looking forward to this. Yeah, I need my answers. What's it? Right. The girl. Let her go.
Shut up! Come closer and I'll kill her!
Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Like, is that Mia? What am I supposed to take from this? I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Her first case? Terry Falls, charged kidnapping murder, sentenced to death. Movements. After escaping, Falls met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. That name has not escaped my notice. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. What? That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. So her client was the death row inmate? 6 years ago, Mia Fey first trial. I can't believe we did her second trial, and then we did her, and now we're doing her first.
Oh, you just like you think you love Mia now?
This is what? Where is this game going? Oh, right, I know. Enough questions. It's time for answers. February 16th, 9:24 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Ugh. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Yay! Wow, here he is. Ah! Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia.
I didn't do nothing. I swear, I didn't kill nobody.
Fuck it, yeah. Terry Falls. Terry Falls. My first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? Hey, I'm sorry.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere.
What the fuck? But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago.
Sorry, I told a little lie.
Oh, we're off to a fucking great start, aren't we? Fucking... Oh boy.
But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody.
Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? Yeah! I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. Swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that.
Woman? Two days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. And then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. I don't know why I'm questioning this. I feel like I know who it's going to be. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman?
Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped.
So that much is... Wait, what? She's the reason he escaped? So that much is true. He did meet with the victim.
But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive, it's true.
I can trust him, right? I mean, I should.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, okay. You're not gonna figure out the truth by staring at the guy.
There is no fucking way. What? 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 You're... Why are you here? Why is he here?
I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with.
Yeah, where is Mr. Grossberg?
Ha! That old man is probably still in bed.
I was genuinely expecting Grossberg here. What the fuck?
Oh no, I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando.
Excuse me? Okay, yeah, that tracks. I can see how he got the name. Okay. I didn't say... So Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me?
No, no, no. You've got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine an escaped death row convict for a first client.
Yeah, thanks. Sure wish I could get out of it, though. Get me out of here.
Ha. Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well.
Really?
However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned a reputation as a genius since beginning his law career.
Genius?
Well, about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time.
A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth.
So, Diego is your co-counsel if you wish to take his voice. I just didn't want to ruin the surprise there.
I'm gonna need 5 minutes. Not that long, but what's going on? yeah, okay, I'll take Diego from now, but what the fuck? Hold on.
I don't see what the problem is.
Well, again, I just knew there was something about Godot and the way he reacted to the answers. It's time for answers. But first of all, we need to get through this case. Oh, right. February 16th, 10 a.m., District Court Courtroom number 4. Oh God. Okay. It's a different judge. The court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls. The defence is ready, Your Honour.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honour.
Look at my goat! Look at him! He ain't looking half bad in that one. In that outfit. But it's like everyone except Phoenix is here. It's like... I understand the lawyers for... I'm gonna be playing around with this voice, I think. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honour. I'm Mia Fey.
Miles Belmont, Your Honour. No relation. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honour.
Fucking... Oh yeah, this is Canadian, isn't it? So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age.
At 20, Your Honour.
Yes, our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? So he is a lawyer! Right, okay. He is a trained lawyer. He didn't just come out of nowhere. Presumably, anyway. Come on, Mia. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. We don't even have the evidence. We have an autopsy report.
Oh, and I assure you, it will be updated constantly.
Young people running a trial? I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Right, well... Stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from blood loss between 4 and 5. I'm sure this will be updated, yeah. Okay. Right. Senior and rival at the office, a bit smug. Wow. Today is also his court debut. They debuted at the same time. There's like, that fact is now hitting me. It's like, wow, they debuted at the same time. Right, let's go. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon in death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct?
Precisely.
But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death? You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement.
Yes, Your Honour. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old.
A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted.
Correct, but in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony.
A witness's testimony? Oh, okay.
The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal.
Okay, so what I'm looking at is the crime that happened 5 years ago.
She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered.
So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be...
Exactly. The victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne.
not sure how I'm sure I'll get used to it. But it's like, I'm looking at Edgeworth now, it's the same movements. The sprite, the face isn't exactly the same. Which makes sense, but yeah.
He's clearly younger.
Yeah. Aha, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. With only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes. We're not even wasting time. Alright, bye guys.
No bullshit at all.
His judge says, I'm not even going to entertain the idea. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty.
Objection!
Wait a minute. That's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honour. Watch yourself, Miss Fay. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice.
Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders.
Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite! Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness.
I called the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case.
I swear to God. For fuck's sake!
Witness?
Sorry, go on.
Witness? State your name and occupation.
The judge is different, but it's always Gumshoe.
Psych, I am in this case. Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of this case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago.
I was half expecting to be like, this is my first case. Close enough.
Wow, your guys' first case too? This is crazy.
I don't believe anyone asked you about that.
Hey man, you got any idea how much work it takes?
What is it?
You're really gorgeous.
Excuse me?
No, seriously, my heart is aching for you.
Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache.
Okay, I got it.
Now, detective, tell us about the incident.
Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss.
That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself.
Yes, sir, I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir.
I see. Okay. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge?
The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge.
Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there.
Your Honour, if you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day.
Face. Why, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm not sure I like you, wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake, and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me, and get ready.
What like that? It's a fucking Otome game.
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge in a designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain.
Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge.
Naturally.
Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up. Hey. Settle down there, kitten. You keep trembling like that. You're going to make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, all right. Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant? The witness? Everyone's a beginner in here. You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching? Oh.
I love Nervous Mia so much.
Oh my days.
Blah, 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 blah. Have you noticed my voice is... I've not lost the will to live yet?
Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? Walk into it carelessly. Leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh? No, it's not! Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you'd better get some more information. And if you're going to get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. The ever-famous contradictions. Sure I can find some of those. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned me. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right?
Sorry, but I'm afraid I do.
What?
The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls.
What? The defendant called her?
Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls.
No?
Yeah, top secret memo she left in her desk.
Well, do I get to read them? I do get to read them. February 14th, 1:21 p.m. Falls, 4:30 p.m. at that bridge, where white scarf for identification. I mean, I knew it anyway, but... Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time, the whole truth must come out.
Probably a coincidence.
Hmm.
It's crazy how many coincidences we've had already in this case.
According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Ha! Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said, unknown person.
Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to.
Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. A bridge up in the mountains, but why meet there?
Because it's a very important place to the defendant, that's why.
What do you mean by that?
If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there he killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge.
The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls.
Ha! Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. Was the body of the victim discovered right away?
Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, "Don't move! We got you surrounded!"
Of course. Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? Ha! If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed.
She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I'd noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive.
I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. Mr. Falls had a car then?
Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, man. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right?
What? You mean the defendant drove his own car?
No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting in a red light.
Car thieves? I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure how he feels about anything?
This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne.
Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. Thank you for your commentary.
Yozo, she's dead, you fucking idiot.
Right. Photo of the trunk. Yeah, literally photo of the trunk, yeah. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct?
Yeah?
Ha! For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here.
Oh, fucking Diego, my dude. Diego is so fucking, like, Discord mod coded.
You can't tell from this, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm.
The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car?
Here's a photo of the trunk. I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway.
Yeah, testimony is being added live.
It's not just the autopsy report that gets updated these days.
Clearly. There's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange to you. Anyway. What did the defendant have to say about this photo?
What he always says, ma'am.
I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing.
That's all he says.
Nothing? I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car.
That's just what he always says, Your Honor. And then he always says...
Oh, sorry. I told a little lie.
Oh, brother, this guy.
Or something like that.
Mia's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested.
Precisely.
Nothing's what I'm going to be doing later on. Yep.
Certainly is some impressive police work.
Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. We figured that Mr. Falls might just try to run.
What do you mean it was too close for comfort?
The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint.
That was kind of close. Any later and Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. Okay. Okay, we've now been through everything. It's time to save the game.
Mia, I've been through 30 cups of coffee already.
And I've got an appointment at a Tim Hortons, eh?
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time, met with Mr. Falls. That's where she was brutally murdered. The criminal stuffed a body in the trunk. Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? This seems like a bit of a clear hint.
Added testimony. Always suspicious.
Exactly, right. Let's have another look at this photo. What's strange? 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Where? Okay. Might have to just go reread this to make sure I get it. This was a note written by the victim. They're written by Valerie. Falls 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. I'm going to interpret that as it's a note to herself. Just a note to herself. Wear a white scarf for identification. As in, she should be wearing the white scarf, in which case, where is it?
And all she's doing is wearing the Autumn-Winter Collection '07.
Precisely. Yeah, between 4 and 5 p.m. that tracks. Bridge is kind of... The map's kind of whatever. Okay, well, it's all I've got to go on, so why not? Do you see? I do see something strange. Oh, well, that's a good hint. Witness! His point's like, witness! And it's like, well, yeah, what do you want? What do you want? Out with it. What is it? You have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. What do you like? Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective.
Yes, ma'am.
That's you. Yeah. This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim.
The note?
It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, this special request.
I
have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo.
Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am.
And you stopped there? You should have looked for it.
No, I stole that shit. I had that shit on.
The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this?
I see the defence is a little lacking.
Sounds familiar. Huh?
The scarf you're searching so desperately for. Is it this one, perchance?
What happened to that? Ah!
Where did you find that, sir?
On Dusky Bridge. I was there first. I decided to conduct my own investigation.
Why didn't you tell me?
I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel.
Oh, brother.
This is definitely legal, by the way. It's the safest place I know.
What? Every prosecutor say this? That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic.
It's not exactly white, as the caller requested. But as you can see, it's close enough to what it was intended for.
It looks like it spent some time in the mud.
Not surprising. It was drizzling on the mountain that day.
Prosecutor Edgeworth. He was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time! The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Worn by the victim at the time of the incident. Found on Dusky Bridge. Alright, well, yeah, fine.
Now, if the attorney for the defence is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Faye?
Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck.
I would love nothing more. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there.
Sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh?
Actually, There's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place.
I'm sure there was.
This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. Vic means victim, by the way. It's a bit of police lingo, maybe you don't know. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off.
Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up, eh?
It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below.
Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway?
Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party.
Aha, a potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom?
Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did.
The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor.
I'm sure she is. I'm sure she is.
When did I ever say it was a woman? Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify.
I know your game, Edgeworth. I've been playing it. I've played 2 of them already.
This line was different in the original.
Was actually.
Yes.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge.
Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Guilty! Ah! Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Guilty! Not again! That's not fair! I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean? This judge does not care. It really is quite simple.
Blah, 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 blah. I really hope that Edgeworth doesn't cut my pay.
Heh. Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo. So what do I do? You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean? Oh, of course I do. Hang on, sorry. Oh, something's just...
That's right. He is a bit smug.
He is a bit smug. But something's just clocked to me that... Oh my, it's just clocked with me, actually. Okay, yeah, he was never prosecuted before. But he was a defense lawyer. Senior. Experienced. Fucking hell. What happened?
Why would this series ever make the distinction between defense lawyers and prosecuting lawyers, even though, you know, in the real world they are the exact same thing?
Yeah. And this is it, right? It's like, okay, yeah, he'd never prosecuted before, but he is. But I say he's a trained lawyer, but so he's been defending. So obviously he made a switch. Why?
Listen, just because he looks a little bit like him and he drinks coffee doesn't mean there's any relation whatsoever. I mean, look, he's not wearing a mask. This guy's hair is black, not white.
True.
They couldn't be any more different, if you ask me.
I know. I don't know. There's something. It's on the tip of my tongue, though. I'm convinced. You know, I'm convinced.
He was talking about tea earlier.
True.
That's very different.
True, it's a very different drink. For sure. So the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means somewhere, hidden in that testimony, is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. Who is this eyewitness?
He's a college student.
A female college student?
That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, man.
Thanks.
She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her.
Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her.
Objection! For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements. That is all.
It's been so long since I've heard Edgeworth objection. What is that supposed to mean?
The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence.
This decisive evidence, you say?
Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student.
Female college student, eh?
It means she's female and a college student, sir.
Oh, brother!
If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why.
She witnessed the case. She witnessed the... whatever. Please tell us more about please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf. Okay, yep. The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, alright. So about the witness who took this photo, what was the person doing all the way in the mountains?
He was trying to get photos of UFOs or something for some sort of paper. She had an annoying accent as well. She was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently.
Can you imagine?
There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain this way. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there.
Spirits! Now that you mention it, this photo... this cloudy fog-like thing, is it a ghost? I don't believe it.
No, Your Honor. No, I don't think it's a ghost.
A ghost!
Oh no. Drizzling, huh?
That's right, the drizzling shits. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this cauldron right now. You guys could use a clown or something.
Oh no!
I know a guy. He's currently serving 11 life sentences, but I'm sure I can get him a...
I hear the words clowns in court, and I'm there like, no. Absolutely not.
Looks like a cold front just moved in.
In any case... the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog.
I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something.
Is that part of the witness's testimony as well?
Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach.
I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal.
Brutal?
I don't even know what that word means. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed?
No, it's literally the word brutal, but he's saying it in Canadian accent.
Oh.
It was really brutal.
Right. You talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? His mind-boggling tales and the way he said, Bruce... Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh,
I wonder if
no.
he's Canadian. What the fuck? Oh. Well, if you didn't tell me. Oh, dear. Ha!
Timing.
Save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Hey! Watch where you spill your coffee! Court record, huh? Okay, that's a pretty major hint. But we'll come back to that. So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh?
That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf.
Of course you didn't.
But from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, man.
The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet too, which would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud, but there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Heh, talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo. So what do I do? Oh, about this, yeah. Alright. Right, okay. Actually, there's an eyewitness.
This shit, Mr. Edgeworth?
Actually, there's a eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. The photo was taken. Yeah. It was drizzling that day. Anyway, criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. From behind.
From behind.
Alright, well, it's not quite that. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. I'm sorry, but I think the only thing out of place here is that pointer finger of yours. Rip. That could very well be. Here, take this penalty and try thinking things through again. This statement contradicts the evidence. The judge. No. Fuck.
You watch where you're pointing that finger, Missy. I'll snap it right off.
What's the problem? Pointer fingers are made for pointing. Let's try again. Okay, well, I guess the photo doesn't prove it, but wait, what? Where is my thing? Here it is. Dun, 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 dun. Right. I'm gonna skim that again. Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back, and she fell down right on her stomach. She fell down on her stomach. Remember that happening once herself. Okay. Take a look. Yeah. Okay. Alright, in that case... No, she was... He claims she was pushed down. This, then, is the contradiction, because I'm going to presume that coat looks clean. If it was wet, it was horrible, and the scarf was wet, and the scarf got dirty. But that coat is clean. So let's try that. Alright, cool. Very good, very good, very good. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct?
Yeah, and fog, too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. You might even call it moist.
A hair flick, bro. It's so good. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. This is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Yeah, I'm watching you, buddy. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right, eh? What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions that day? The coat. Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling. Provably raining. We can see it. It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. That's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled.
Objection! I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your Honor had fallen in a shower instead of on a muddy street, his glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, but not muddy.
Oh, fuck. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken.
Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day?
The surface of the bridge, huh? Ha! A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Well, neither would a real woman! Of course I can! Here is the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. What the fuck?
I'm thinking back to that line of like, oh, would you like one of my coffee candies? You're still too young to drink coffee. Me as 24 in this case.
No. I think by all metrics she can.
She got proof the bridge was muddy.
Prove the bridge was muddy. Hold on. Right, let's think this through. No! It was found on the bridge. And the evidence is this scarf. Ah, it should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud.
I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo.
Hey, same to you, buddy! Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me.
Objection!
I do admit there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction?
Huh?
For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we?
Alright. Look, he's really giving me a choice here. Ha! You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. Mr. Armando.
Diego, shut the fuck up.
No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? No! The false evidence. Would you like more false evidence with your game? We've just had a whole case around falsities and false evidence and everything. And would you like some more false evidence?
No person in this entire franchise has ever lied about evidence.
Absolutely. 100%.
They've never lied about evidence. They've never made up evidence. They've never presented illegal evidence. They've never forged evidence.
Always away. The false.
And if anyone tells you any different, I'll sue you for defamation.
The false evidence. It's one of those three. What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. It wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes! Oh, shit. Well, I'm glad I saved it. The false evidence in this case is the... What are my options? The witness's photo, the body in the trunk, or the witness testimony. My health isn't at risk, so I don't think it matters really, but let's maybe try and think it through. Photo, body in the trunk, and the witness's testimony. I mean, for the hell of it, that photo's kind of fine, I guess. You know, it matches the note, and there's a third person taking the photo. The testimony, I mean, it could be the testimony. It could be the photo? Well, not the photo, but the body in the trunk. I don't know, though.
I think it'd be extremely funny if you got it wrong 2 times out of 3.
Yeah. The thing is, though, or alternatively, I don't trust anything the witness has to say anyway, because I know who the witness is, and I don't trust the witness, so... That also kind of makes sense. Oh, well, fuck it. I don't think my health is at risk, so... It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. Not the detective... Okay. Whatever. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. Oh, there is also that, to be fair. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen?
Yeah, that's what the witness told us.
Alright, okay, we are talking about her then, you're fine. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. Ha! It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Your Honour, the defence requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Get her on the stand, it's time. Let's go. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? It appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all.
You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honour, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from this court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time.
Very well. Please bring you forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth?
So, out of the wrong options you could have chosen, the funnier one is the body in the trunk.
Oh yeah?
Where, yeah, Mia basically goes like, "Oh, but if the body in the trunk was real, then her coat would have been dirty as well. What do you have to say about that, Mr. Edgeworth?" And he doesn't even shout objection. He just says objection, like the quietest objection.
Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead.
Thank you, Your Honour. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes.
This is it, Mia. The battle begins here.
Witness, what is your name and occupation?
Shock horror! Here we go again, bro! Oh no! Here we go again. Oh. Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut holes. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Hey, not so fast!
As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from this man. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me.
They're already acting as if Mia's going, "This fucking little whore." Sir?
Yes, my dear?
I cannot remember what voice I fucking gave her. Did I voice her before?
No.
Oh, fuck, okay.
This
So-
is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause.
You should, because you will. Not at all. It's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation?
My name is Melissa Foster.
Oh, brother. Get me out of here, dude.
I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department.
You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct?
And you were... Excuse me. And you were the one who took this photo, is that accurate?
How can you be so mean?
Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Oh. And I like the turn this has taken.
Hmm.
Is she staring at me?
And you would be...
Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey.
I see. So you are.
Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then, I noticed there were two people standing on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police.
By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred?
I believe the map would be of help here.
I was standing right over here.
Where?
I was standing in a beautiful field, surrounded by tall cliffs.
So you took the photo from that location, eh?
I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to.
Oh, what a cute camera, just like its owner. Melissa Foster took the witness's photo with this. A small but powerful model. All right then, Miss Fay, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Oh, brother. Because there would totally be wildflowers right where they were standing. Pull the other one, it's got bells on.
Did you not see the map? There was green everywhere.
Hello. Hello, Archon. Good evening, darlings. Good evening. Oh, dear. You're being very rude to poor sweet Melissa, who hasn't done a thing wrong in her life. Not yet.
That's
Not yet.
what I'm saying.
Not yet, maybe. Not yet, maybe.
I've never seen this woman in my life.
Never trust someone who carries a parasol indoors. True.
Oh, she's very sensitive to the light. Please understand.
Blah, 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 blah.
You've Terry Falls isn't the criminal. And there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Be careful, kitten. That girl has the judge wrapped right around her little finger. You're going to have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. You're gonna have to come up with something really good, mate. Yeah. Did you say wildflowers?
Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers.
But it's only February.
Stop pointing out things like that, you dumb bitch. I mean, I couldn't wait for spring to come.
Ho ho! I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait. So I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Can you please stop?
Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor?
Was there anything strange about the two of them?
I'm a bad girl. I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them, like some kind of peeping Tom.
No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. Too much info, Your Honor!
In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them. Especially dressed as they were.
Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely.
Do you have any idea what they were fighting about?
No, I have no idea. Why would you ask that?
Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said? Okay.
I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that.
That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Why did you take a photo?
Well, the two of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over.
Smells like a lie to me. Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. So I wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it has any bearing on this whatsoever, in any capacity. For fuck's sake. So, you eavesdropped?
All I could do was use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police.
You called the police?
Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to try to escape.
We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation.
That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, eh? Okay. Let us begin. Alright, I was using the camera to take pictures of wildflowers, and I noticed two people standing on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. And that's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. You did not do anything of the sort. Did I save it? Save it again anyway. You did not, you did not do anything of the sort. You took a picture of them standing.
Your accusations to yourself, little bitch.
No.
I mean...
Well, okay, well, we got that one unlocked. Oh, dear. It's quite a beefy section, isn't it? Oh,
It is.
oh dear.
We're not far away now.
We're not? Okay, well, it's kind
I don't believe so.
Witness. When you sit...
We've got one more. We got one more testimony after this one.
Oh, really?
Before it reaches the midpoint.
Okay, alright, so it's not... Okay, let's carry on then. Maybe we can do both. Maybe we can do both parts tonight. When you said that you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Huh?
Well, you see...
The photo we presented was the only one there was.
But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, well, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Nope. My apologies, young lady, but Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he?
I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean.
You ran out of film? You ran out of film?
This photo was the last one.
What?
Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All of the other photos were of the witness herself playing among the wildflowers.
The witness herself? Well, then who took the photos?
Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it.
So you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no details. Enough! It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. But wait, just a minute! Well, she had no film left. She couldn't very well take more pictures, eh?
Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes.
The judge has an OnlyFans confirmed. Oh.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet.
Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed.
Yes, Mr. Judge.
Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Ha! It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening.
I was using my camera to take some.
Oh wait, no, that's the same statement. Where's the new statement?
Alright, hold on. Then I noticed two people standing on the suspension bridge. Suddenly they just started fighting.
Suddenly they just started fighting. The victim turned around. Yeah. Suddenly they just started fighting. The victim turned around and tried to run away, but she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back.
Those are your two new statements. Turned around and tried to run away, and she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back.
The victim. Why do you think she tried to run away? With her police training, she certainly knew better than to turn her back on a criminal.
Objection! This was a large, powerful man with a knife. Had it been a quaggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently.
Quaggy? Why, you... If it had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river. Thank you for your commentary. There's still something wrong with this testimony.
Quaggy is like relating it to a quagmire, so a marsh or a bog.
Oh, right.
Soft, flabby. A very insulting thing to call a beautiful woman like Mia.
I was going to say, I'm learning a lot of words playing this game.
But you know, we've established that Edgeworth hates women. So you're saying Allegedly.
Yeah. So you're saying Sergeant Hawthorne wasn't able to get away from him?
Well, it's a narrow bridge and it was swaying back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I only wish I could have done something to help her.
That seems to make sense. I wonder about that. Something seems kind of off. Ha! Does it now? You have a good sixth sense. When you feel that something's off, that's when you need to figure out why. Camera, suddenly they started fighting. The victim turned around and tried to run away, but she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. 10 yards?
10 yards. 9 meters.
She wouldn't have even got that far.
Well then.
I mean... Yeah? There you go. Witness, your testimony is a joke. You're talking shit.
What? But I just...
Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. I don't give a fuck. One short testimony and 2 bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were 2 contradictions? It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony... there's actually... Yeah. According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then... She would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5. Because Dusky Bridge has collapsed on that side. What does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. She's lying! This charming little witness told a charming little lie. Find her guilty for perjury so we can end this madness.
Oh, we don't do that here, sir.
Oh. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court?
Objection! Wait a moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion.
What do you mean?
There's one major mistake in this diagram.
What did you say? What are you referring to?
It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it.
So you're saying...
I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident.
That's ridiculous!
You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize for the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. That's right. I'm updating the evidence.
Ha! That guy is good. Huh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward! Well, Miss Fay, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation. Ugh.
I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself.
No. It wasn't your fault at all.
Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was the witness actually saw.
Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony?
But it's so hard to go on.
We're all on your side, Miss Foster.
There's no need to worry. Tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
Witnessing such violence must have been difficult.
Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up.
If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that! Oh, well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favourite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet! Ha! That's what I like to hear. Alright, Miss Fay. Cross-examination, if you please. The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack.
Thought I'd stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. You ever heard of Trebian?
No!
Absolutely not! Never! By the way, I was watching a streamer. I was watching a streamer the other day. They were playing Ace Attorney. They were on Rise from the Ashes. And there's a poster you find in the chapter. It's a poster for Trebion. And I literally went like, there's no fucking way. I was like, bastards. He just put it there. Did they put that in there? Look, it gets.
Oh, this man who came into the cafe and ordered the coffee, he was so handsome.
Something about this testimony is bothering me, but what? Hey, kitten. Have you ever put salt in your coffee? Oh,
There's no way he's fucking bringing this up like 2 streams after I fucking brought it up.
Not this again! No! Why would I? Why not? Huh? May actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence. He's right, Mia. Go present something. You've got nothing to lose.
Is he? Is he right?
By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well, after all.
We need to kill this guy. Can we
Fucking...
kill this guy?
Bro! Alright.
Hold it.
Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge?
Actually, maybe she did fall.
Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she'd fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy.
If you don't mind, I was asking the witness.
No need to be so rude.
Well, young lady,
Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could.
ha! We're one step too slow.
And then, what did the defendant do after that?
You personally witnessed that?
Yes.
Did anything strange happen when he did that?
Well, I don't know if you call it strange or not. But that's when the victim's scarf fell off.
You mean this scarf?
Her words match with what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem.
You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself?
Yes.
Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it'd be too difficult.
No, yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that?
Objection! Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly.
Wow, why did he get so emotional all of a sudden? Svei, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it?
Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there.
But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct?
There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know those monks. They just love cold, isolated places.
I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes.
You're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body?
Hmm. Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face...
So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face?
No, I only saw him from behind. You heard that one before? Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw.
Excellent. You're a remarkably honest young woman. Okay.
So, Mia, I'm not the only one that thinks this girl is full of shit, right?
After
She
he
hasn't
stabbed...
drank coffee even once.
It's true. It's true. After he
Sorry.
stabbed her... After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms, then he carried her over to the car. Suppose that would... It was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, sorry, I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. He quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Let me try this again. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Okay. Then he carried her over to the car. Put a pin in that. Suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. There are other ways, but I don't think it matters, really. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Supposition. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
Why would the other ways not matter? If there are other ways that he could have hidden the body, then he wouldn't have gotten in his car, and therefore the checkpoint wouldn't have found a body in the trunk.
True enough.
Alternatively, what else do you think?
That is yeah. That makes sense to me though. But I'm thinking he carried over to the car. How?
If we're looking at it from how she has said it, she's on this cliff to the left, left of where it says Eagle River.
Yep.
So the photo that she took would be looking like onwards, where that's sort of the point of the cliff, and it's doing like the X motion going up to the right.
Yep.
That's sort of the viewpoint she has of like. So you'd have the victim on the right hand side. Remember, because she couldn't even go 5 yards, but could have fallen through the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
If we're believing that that was the case with the bridge, and Edgeworth isn't just trying to lie, and that the accused would be on the left-hand side, how would he carry her? Quite easily, he would just go over to the left of the bridge back to the car.
I guess the way I'm coming at it is she can't see anything. How does she know took it?
That's a very interesting point.
Like, how does she know he took her to the car? She can't presuming it goes as she's saying it does. After he stabbed her, whatever, he carried her over to the car. How? Like,
that is a very interesting point.
So, it's either that she couldn't have seen that, or she wasn't where she says she was. And to be fair, this camera is on a timer. This camera has a timer function, so she was obviously somewhere else. If that's correct. I mean, that's my gut, so... That's my first gut, so I'm going to try that. I'm not sure what the right evidence will be, though.
I mean, by your logic, it would be the map.
Yeah. But it's obviously not that. Don't think anything of it. Don't think of anything of it either. We don't have a problem. But we do have a penalty. Okay, well, it's not that then. In that case...
Like I say, your point is very interesting. It's just there's a more obvious contradiction in this particular bit.
Just stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up. And he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could have made sure the body stayed hidden. Well...
This is the sort of thing where, like, yes, there are a bunch of different contradictions, all of which you've already worked out. It's just that what order the game wants you to give them in.
Right. Well, yeah, I suppose that was the only way he could have made sure the body stayed hidden. Well, that's not true. Yes. There is a fucking river there.
A river which...
With a fast-moving current.
But the other things you've noticed, maybe keep them in mind.
Alright. Well, yes, this is all... Okay, well, the only other glaring one is, to be fair... I mean, couldn't leave it on top of the... Sure. That's not the only... Okay, fine. It's not the only way, objectively. Again, the map, but for here, maybe? There we go. A killer not wanting his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure that the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area, and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river.
Those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered.
Ah. In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at that same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Order, order, order! I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Fay. But I must admit, it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
How sad. Perhaps Miss Fay would do well try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature.
What are you talking about?
My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw.
Quite true. Miss Fay, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. No, the fuck it's not, but what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous.
Objection! Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car?
That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Ugh.
Please, witness, go on with your testimony.
I'll try.
All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again.
Who is he talking about?
All right, I'll do my best. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
That is your one and only new line.
Yeah. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. What did the man do then?
Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police.
And so that's when you called the police.
You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes?
Yes, I'm 100% certain.
Read that again. What did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police. You sure you saw all that with your own eyes? Right, yeah, okay. Now the bit I was talking about earlier. There's no chance in hell you could have seen that.
What, you think you think this innocent young woman would just come into court and lie?
Yeah, funny that.
No faith in humanity anymore.
Could have broken into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. I'm gonna guess it's the map again. You could not have seen this. There we go. Oh dear.
Either that or the photo would have worked.
They're fair. Yeah, fair. Well, Miss Foster, looks like you've done it this time.
Done what?
Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Fay? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes?
Yes, and?
It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. You see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car.
Yeah.
Objection! That wall is only 3 feet tall at most. I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, for fuck's sake, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car.
That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine.
So sorry. But that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your phone photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge. But the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Ah. Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car.
No!
Order in the court? What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo?
Objection! Your Honour, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it.
She was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Oh.
Mr. Judge.
What is it?
I think I told a little lie. I think I must have remembered things wrong.
Hey, wait a minute! You can't just say that!
Objection! Miss Fay, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Not even I. Miles Belmont.
Yes, indeed. Quite true, you know what they say. To err is human, to forgive, divine.
I'm not religious.
I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair! Ha! Save the tears for later, kitten.
Losing in the trial and Diego's there just like, haha, you're losing.
This guy's such a fucking... Oh, bro does not give a fuck. Mr. Armando! Don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair! Okay, kitten. You need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony.
Killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Aha! Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness?
Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Because there are marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain there are scratch marks from when he broke into it.
What? Let me see that photo. It's true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Fay, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere?
I'm sure she's telling the truth.
No.
Oh, you cruel bastard.
Melissa Foster. It looks like you finally betrayed yourself.
What?
You said you were in a field taking photos of wild flowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally! I finally got her. Ha! I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here.
Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fay explained herself.
Your Honour, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... she is the owner of the car. She happened to be passing by and put the corpse in herself. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes? What is it? Naturally. When she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. Got you. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it?
That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that...
I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open.
But he stole the car.
He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition.
I see.
Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. Then it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk.
No!
Objection! Preposterous! To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know at the time she was taking photographs.
Now here's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, big check. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why? It's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture.
Objection! What are you trying to say, Faye? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field, so she claimed?
Oh, she really did use the camera's auto timer. Then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point to save the game.
That's a good idea.
Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident at the bridge took place? Why can't I view the evidence? Ugh. Fuck, I can't remember what the note said.
The note? Oh, the note that Valerie Hawthorne wrote.
Yeah.
Meet at whatever time it was, where what identification. And then the second half of the note was the truth has to come out about something. I think it was.
Okay, so it doesn't actually indicate where to meet, just on the bridge. Okay, in that case... Alright, well, in that case, let's just think it through logically. Where would she be? She obviously isn't going to be here. I'm presuming she's not going to be here either. Again, as per what did he say? As per what the defendant's saying, he talked to her here on the bridge, and then he turned around and he left. So, she was probably in the car. Is my guess. Okay, maybe not. Actually, the witness was right here, I think. The spot where the in the spot where the defendant's car was? Yes. She had to put the body in the trunk before the defendant returned.
Objection. You don't mind if I ask one teeny-weeny question, do you, Miss Faye?
No. You've got that condescending tone in his voice.
If she put the body in the trunk at that time, as you suggest, that must mean that Valerie Hawthorne was already dead by that point, correct?
Indeed.
Please take a look at the top of Dusky Bridge. It certainly looks to me like the victim is still alive. Am I mistaken? If Valerie Hawthorne was already dead, then who is this? The mountain is famous for spirits, so maybe you think it was the ghost of the victim?
Yes!
She's thinking about it.
Well, like, could have been a spirit. Right? And she was... And she's like, not even skipping a beat, like, well, yeah. Boy, could have been.
My family's a genius to these things. You should see my little sister.
It's like, yeah. Like, you could have been, right? I can, you know, come to my village. Sake. It could have been, right? Oh, it actually was just straight up wrong. Fuck's sake.
That is a special failure.
Wow, fucking hell.
So it really expects that you could logic it out that she was in the car and gives you a special failure scene for it.
Fuck's sake. Don't waste the court's time with this kind of foolishness. Anyway, I still maintain the witness was in a different place at the time. Yes, I am certain. More or less. Right, I'm checking the fucking evidence. Yeah, that bridge. Right, just gave it time. Okay. Oh, come now, Miss Faye. Well then, please answer this question. Where was she then? If she wasn't in the car, then... She wasn't in the car, but she had to have been by the car. Was she over here? Can't be right.
Real doozy, isn't it?
I'm not actually sure. My logic is, again, well, the whole point is that she could not possibly have been anywhere here. It rules all this out.
That's a fair assumption.
Right. Again, it's like, I'm trusting... Because I'm trying to think, for the sake of argument, let's say for the sake of argument, she was over here. Okay, sure. You know, defendant could have walked away. Hold on. The penny just dropped as I was speaking then. It just dropped, like, right there and then, like, hang on. Naturally, the witness was right here. That's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order, order, order. Miss Fay, what on earth? Your Honour, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim.
Objection! How asinine! Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls.
You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was already taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
Objection! What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life.
Ooh.
Then who exactly is the victim in this photo?
It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. Oh. Got you now. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster.
Me?
Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Oh, let's go! Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne.
Objection! But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted.
Since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Alright.
Very American word.
He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore.
You're just making this up as you go along. Where is your proof?
I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. Well, I've already forgotten. What am I proving?
You have to prove that he had forgotten what she looked like.
That's it. He had forgotten what she looked like. Yeah, there. Mr. Force had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Force who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? Oh, well, lit. Where's Miss Foster?
She's collecting herself in the lobby.
It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Ha! Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. Really? The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor.
Understood.
Very well. This court is in recess. Fucking hell. Ugh.
Yep.
We're gonna have to do this on Thursday.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That both took longer than I thought it would, and also kind of not as long as I thought it might.
Oh dear. Yeah, like, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It's all about the journey anyway. But yeah, no. We'll do the rest on Thursday. I'm not gonna start the second part now. Oh dear.
What do you think so far?
Fucking hell! Like, there's so much to say. Like, well, yeah. I mean, banger. Obviously, it's more Mia for one thing. It's obviously. I wonder. I'm kind of half expecting at this point that case 5 is going to be like the big mega case, because it's like I feel like the reason why we're going back now again, and now we're going even further back than we already did, is like, okay, it's all going to come together in episode 5. That's the vibe I'm getting, because again, like. So yeah, what I think is like, well, everyone, literally almost everyone except Phoenix is here. We have Mia, we have Godot. Godot's like the big one. It's like, okay, he's an experienced defense lawyer. He mentored Mia. At least in one case. And it's like, what does all this mean? And Dahlia, blimmin', what is going on with her? I think so. The way so what I think is it's just generated so many questions. It's just got me thinking, what does all this mean? Really, the case itself is
It's very odd.
Yeah.
It's okay. So this is where you sort of get the this game's narrative is told in a really weird order.
Hmm. Yeah.
And that kind of presents itself in the gameplay as well. Because if it wasn't obvious, this is obviously the first case chronologically in this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Therefore, it treats it like a tutorial case. You know, there's no investigation. You're only there for the trial.
Oh, really? There's not going to be an investigation section after this.
I mean, did you have an investigation segment before you were thrown into the trial?
No. So I get what you mean. It was like,
and it was very similar in the first case of this game as well. Again, a case where you play as Mia, and again, something that presents itself as a tutorial case.
Well, I hadn't ruled out that maybe there's a part 2 after this. There's a part 2 investigation. So I hadn't ruled that out. But right, okay, I see. It's just
I'm not saying whether there is or isn't. I'm just saying
I see, yeah.
There was no investigation segment before the trial started.
You're right. Yeah, there wasn't.
Which is, you know, that's the sign of a tutorial case.
Right. Yeah.
But it's doing it very deliberately in this one, where it's coming later in the game, which is an odd place to have this sort of case. But also, this case doesn't work anywhere aside from exactly here. For how they're trying to tell the story.
Yeah, because it's like, again, this is why it's like I feel okay. If this is how it's going to go, which is we're just going straight into the trial. Then this is setting up episode 5, which is why I think episode 5 is going to be a big mega case. It's all going to come together, and I see what you mean. It's like even though this case is the first to happen chronologically, you have to do it almost like you have to do her second case first. Because again, it creates that whole thing of, well, we know who Melissa is. We already know who she is. We already know what she will do. We already have this information. And again, we've met Godot now twice. So now we're actually seeing where Godot actually comes into all this. There's obviously still unanswered questions, which I'm sure it's only going to be answered in 5, like, why is he doing what he's doing now? But,
and yet, this obviously being the first case chronologically, the tutorial case being the second case chronologically, Mia does not make a big deal over the fact that she clearly already knows who this woman is. It is passed over. The only thing she really says is, "Oh yes, we've met once before." She says that to Payne during the trial, and Dahlia says, "Oh, you've not changed one bit." But they don't make a big deal out of it because it makes no sense to before this exact point. Very, very weird. But no, yeah, you're right in thinking that, yeah, Case 5 is going to be very beefy and obviously have to wrap up all of these story threads that have been weaving their way through the entire game so far. And, you know, you're not wrong when you say it's a beefy case. I personally think that case might take 7 or 8 streams. I can't see it taking any less than 6. Unless the parts are a lot shorter than I remember. But yes, it is a very long case, as you might have expected. This is a slightly shorter one.
Yeah. No, it's This is kind of what I mean. Like yeah. Again, it's going to serve episode 5. The fact that episode 5 needs all this build up is that like it's all going to come together.
As much as you want to investigate as Mia and hear her banter as she goes around investigating.
That would have been great. It's like that would be great, wouldn't it? It's like go around investigate as Mia with Godot with you. Like fucking hell, that'd be great. But yeah, it seems to be the vibe, right? I mean, there's not much more evident. It does suggest that as well. It's there like, well, what more evidence is there for it? So, well, we'll find
I
out.
said about the third case. Oh, this case exists as kind of a, it's not my favorite case in the game. It kind of drags a little bit for some parts of it, and you have that nice you have that sort of nice resolution as it sort of leads up to everything that happens in court. This case is one where I would say yes, it exists because it needs to exist, rather than it being good or bad or any of that. It's just it exists simply because it must.
Yeah. I mean, full juries obviously will be out until we do it, or however. It makes me wonder how. This is kind of what I mean. Like, I was kind of saying it earlier. It's like the case itself is kind of like, well, I don't want to say well whatever, but almost kind of whatever. It's like the case itself is like, well, yeah, it's just figuring out the tricks of it. It's more about the characters involved. It's more about that than it is the actual case itself. So it's kind of so it's an interesting one, really. But yeah, oh, it'd be good. It'd be good. I mean, even this chart segment's quite beefy. I mean, obviously, we'll see how Thursday goes. If it takes another 2 hours, it takes 2 hours. If we get it done a bit shorter, that's fine as well.
We got through about half of the transcript.
Well, there you go then. So that means
so I would expect the second half of the case to be pretty similar in length.
Yeah. So that's fine. Probably just do that on Thursday, and then can move on to episode 5 next week, and that's absolutely fine. Like I say,
boy, case.
I can't wait. Oh dear, right. Well, let's get wrapped up then. But no, good. But so far, good. Obviously, again, it's kind of like I say, because of all the characters and everything it harkens back to that we've already seen building up to this. Is like, okay, this is getting very exciting. So I'm still expecting a brutal truth from Edgeworth. And again, there is still that whole point of, okay, how did we get from this to them later on saying, yeah, we've met once. Like, does she fail here? Because obviously Dahlia just turns up again later on, and we'll find out. But, lovely. All right, I have saved it.
As always, you've just gotta let Shu Takumi cook.
Excellent. Right then, I have saved it, so let's go back. Oh, a bit of a unique one. You know what? I am. Hi, Terry. Bye, Terry. And on that note, wow. Oh, this is getting very exciting. All right then. Oh. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching as much as I've enjoyed playing and we've enjoyed voicing. Oh, dearie me. This case is getting exciting. And thank you, as always, Axis, for coming on and helping out with the voices.
Of course.
Oh, dear. Next stream will be on Thursday. It wasn't obvious. We'll be back here on Thursday. And we'll pick it right back up where we left off. We'll do the second half and figure out what the fuck is going on. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I'm going to go sit on that one for a bit. But yeah, cool. Like I say, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you had a good time as always. Hopefully I'll see you again on Thursday, 9 PM EST, to do it all again. Alright, everyone. Cheers, and good night.
Be careful on any rope bridges you cross.